Alright guys, maybe three times the charm, eh? So this is the third kick at the can here at recording this video. I went through the first time to realize that my audio was set for the webcam and not my headset. Joy. Anyways, this is the first video to a little series that I'm going to be doing on crypto trading bots. You'll have to forgive me, but I am a noob with open broadcast software, which is what I'm using. So if you see me flicking around a lot and fidgeting, it's because I'm trying to figure out the settings here as I switch screen to screen. I think right now the best setting I have is sharing just the desktop view versus individual applications, because on take two, it wasn't showing any of the drop-down menus on the install, so I had to uninstall everything and start over. So here we go again. So today we're going to start with LeonArdo. When I'm done with LeonArdo, I'm going to get into Profit Trailer, HaasBOT, and GunBOT, and a couple other Android-based trading bots. So this machine here, I ended up redoing it today, so I am in a bit of a hurry to get my trading bots back up and running here, because they're not gaining if they're not running. So need to do that. So in this machine here, you don't need anything fancy to run these trading bots. I just installed an SSD drive today because I want to run more bots simultaneously. I think an SSD will help in terms of that. I wasn't having a problem with a mechanical drive, but um, you know, more performance is always good. So this is just an i5, 8 gigs of RAM, 64-bit OS, nothing fancy. It's an Optiplex 780. It's one of those mini Dell towers. Nothing, no gaming machine. LeonArdo, so marginsoftware.de. It is German software. Made in Germany. Don't need to translate it. English is pretty good. Uh, the thing about this software here actually is their price. The price is pretty impressive for trading bots. It's probably one of the cheapest ones in my opinion on the market. I mean, I've played with most trading bots out there to date, and I haven't run across any aside from the Android ones this cheap for a lifetime license. Quite a few of them are subscription based. Um, you know, usually the more you pay, the more features you get. This one's pretty full of features for the 129. It lacks a little bit on the strategies, but it is profitable and it does work, and it's pretty slick. It's not one that I would run simultaneously with other trading bots. Does seem to be a little memory hungry. It's, you know, when you're loading more than, I would say, 10 pairs simultaneously, and we can get into that. And that won't be in this video. I'm going to create a second and a third and a fourth as I progress through the week, getting my bots set back up. Tonight, I'm more or less just focused on getting them running again, and then I'll start sharing my configurations, my pairs, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, recommendations, suggestions. If you guys have questions, you can ask and I'll try to answer. Eventually, I'd like to move over into like a live platform, get a webcam going so you guys can stare at me in the eyes and think about all the money you're going to be making. Anyways, demo version here, you can download it. It is the full version as well. So if you do end up paying for a license, it's not like you have to uninstall it and reinstall it. You just come over to email, punch in your email address, prove that you're not a robot, click on download LeonArdo. For me, I use a add-on called Blur. They used to be Avine, and it allows me to generate one-time email addresses. So they do get forwarded to my main email address, but this way, if I find I'm getting a lot of spam from miscellaneous sources, it tells me where it's from, so I know who sold my email address and I can turn it off. These guys have been pretty good. I did register my legitimate email address with them, and I haven't received any spam or even any newsletters, which is kind of nice. Obviously, I'm not a robot. Download and choose your operating system. So I'm running Windows 64. That's the one that I would download. Now I've obviously already downloaded it in the first video, so I'm not going to download it again. And just next, next. If you want a desktop icon, you can keep that. If you want a quick launch, you can keep that. I don't need a quick launch. Install and launch. By default, you can continue your last session. So if you're shutting this down and starting it manually, you can start off where you left off. Choose your exchange when you're setting it up. Binance, Bittrex, HitBTC, Poloniex, a few of the big ones here. Bittrex is my main exchange, but I do use Binance, HitBTC, and Poloniex as well. I kind of spread my trading bots out across multiple exchanges so that I can get an idea of how much money each one of them is making separately. It gets a bit hard to track when they're all trying to trade in the same exchange, and they can run through your Bitcoin fairly quick. So down at the bottom here, you'll notice you have some demo accounts. If the quality isn't good, I apologize. I will work on that. I think that I've got it as good as I'm going to get it for this evening. It's already about 1 a.m. here, and I'm just kind of trying to finish this up so I can get to bed. So I'm going to choose Demo Bittrex. Actually, let's choose Binance this time. So this is your funny money. You can initially it starts you off with 10 BNB, that's Binance's coin, and 1 BTC. You can change this to be a little more accurate, to be reflective of your actual Bitcoin that you plan on investing. You're going to agree to the disclaimer, otherwise it's not going to let you use the software. And you're going to come through here and pick your pairs. So I'm just going to make this fairly quick for demo purposes. I'm going to pick, let's just, yeah, sure. BNB does actually pretty good from time to time with the trading bots. In this market, really, there's only a few that are doing really good. We can go over those more when we have that up and running. I do trade with Neo. I don't trade with gas necessarily because I find that gas doesn't move as quick for me. KMD used to be good. Lisk, not so good these days, but we'll add it anyways. MCO is doing pretty good. They got some new stuff coming. Nano. Neo. Okay, that's probably enough, I think, for now. We'll do XLM and XMR. Okay, so once you've chosen your pairs, you just click on Login. I only pick the BTC market. You can scroll down and pick your ETH market. You don't have to necessarily worry about picking all of your pairs when you're doing the initial setup. Once you're in, you can add more pairs, add and remove. All right, there we go. Let's expand that. So this is LeonArdo, guys. Right now it's initializing. You can see it on the bottom here. It was loading up. It says no pending actions. It's because I haven't got any bots physically running. So this is running against real-time market data. When you actually get these bots going in demo mode, it plays with your funny money and it trades to what's currently going on the exchange. So it's fairly accurate. It's not like some of the trading bots where you can do a back test where you'll set up a pair, you'll set up a strategy, and then you'll say, okay, test it for the last 48 hours or for the last 2 weeks. This one will test it live, which is fairly unique. I haven't seen that in too many other bots. So that is it for the setup. That's it for this video. Stay tuned for the second one. I'm hoping to release another one within the next day or two, where I'm going to start going through the pairs and setting up the actual bots. Thanks. And subscribe if you want to stay up to date. Ciao.